Jason Kidd confirmed the extreme cruelty that took place in his relationship with his ex-wife after he was arrested and pled guilty to a domestic abuse charge for assaulting her. But that was just the beginning of the drama. Kidd later found himself in more trouble when he was arrested by police in Southampton Town, New York, and charged with the misdemeanor of driving while intoxicated. So let's get into this wild ride and break down everything that really went down. It all started back in 1997 when Kidd married his first wife, Joumana. At first, it looked like your typical love story: young couple, rising NBA star, a promising future. But behind closed doors, things were far from perfect. In January 2001, things took a serious and disturbing turn. Kidd was arrested and later pled guilty to a domestic abuse charge for assaulting Joumana. It was a shocking moment that revealed just how troubled their relationship had become. As part of the court's ruling, Kidd was ordered to attend anger management classes for 6 months. He did complete them, and even chose to keep going after the mandatory period ended, possibly as a way to show he was trying to change, or maybe just trying to keep things under control. But the problems didn't go away. On January 9, 2007, after nearly a decade of marriage, Jason filed for divorce. In the documents, he claimed their relationship was filled with extreme cruelty. He painted a picture of constant fighting, intense jealousy, and emotional chaos. He even said he lived in fear that Joumana would falsely accuse him of domestic violence again, something he claimed had been used as a threat during their marriage. However, things quickly turned even uglier. Just weeks later, on February 15, 2007, Joumana fired back with a counterclaim for divorce, and what she accused Kidd of was brutal. In her court filings, she said that he had not only been emotionally abusive, but physically violent as well. She alleged that Kidd had once broken her rib and damaged her hearing by slamming her head into the console of a car. Her side of the story made it clear that whatever was going on in their marriage wasn't just heated arguments. It was something far more toxic and dangerous. You might think that would be the end of the drama, but for Jason Kidd, trouble kept finding its way back. Fast forward to July 15, 2012. Kidd, now retired from playing and transitioning into the next phase of his career, made headlines again, and not in a good way. Around 2 a.m. in Southampton Town, New York, police reported that Kidd's SUV slammed into a telephone pole and crashed into the woods just a few blocks from his home. Officers arrived on the scene and determined that he was under the influence. He was arrested and charged with a misdemeanor for driving while intoxicated. So when you take a step back and look at everything, it's clear that Jason Kidd's off-court life was filled with just as many twists and turns as his career on the hardwood. From confirmed abuse in his marriage to explosive divorce claims and a dramatic DWI arrest, it's a wild ride that shows how fame and talent don't always protect someone from personal chaos. But hey, now it's time to turn the page and focus on the good stuff, right? So let's dive in together and take a look at Jason Kidd's incredible basketball career. Kidd's NBA journey began in 1994 when the Dallas Mavericks picked him second overall, right behind Glenn Robinson and just ahead of Grant Hill. From day one, Kidd made an impact. He averaged 11.7 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 7.7 assists in his rookie season, led the league in triple-doubles, and even shared Rookie of the Year honors with Hill. Before Kidd arrived, the Mavs were terrible, 13 wins all season. But with him, they jumped to 36 wins, a massive 23-game improvement. Kidd quickly became famous for his flashy passes, especially the full-court baseball pass. He was part of the 3 J's in Dallas, alongside Jim Jackson and Jamal Mashburn, but despite their talent, the trio didn't last. Injuries, egos, and locker room drama caused the Mavericks to regress. Kidd also clashed with coaches, and just 3 seasons in, he was traded to the Phoenix Suns. In Phoenix, he continued to shine. In his first full season, the Suns won 56 games. Their fast-paced style was electric, often running with 4 guards on the floor, including Steve Nash and Kevin Johnson. Though they fell to the Spurs in the playoffs, Kidd's presence made Phoenix a real contender. By the 1998-99 season, Kidd led the league in assists, averaged nearly a triple-double, and topped several statistical charts. He posted career highs across the board, points, steals, rebounds, shooting percentage. And the Suns won every game in which he recorded a triple-double. Then came the arrival of Penny Hardaway in 1999, forming the much-hyped Backcourt 2000. It looked promising, but injuries to both stars hurt their playoff run. Kidd even broke his ankle, but returned in time to help the Suns upset the defending champion Spurs. Despite another solid year in 2001, Kidd's personal life spilled onto the court. He was charged with domestic abuse, and though he performed well, the off-court issues made headlines. Still, he was selected to multiple All-Star games and earned back-to-back All-NBA and All-Defensive First-Team honors. Then came the big move. Phoenix traded Kidd to the New Jersey Nets in 2001. What happened next was stunning. Kidd instantly transformed the team. The Nets went from a 26-win season to 52 wins and made it all the way to the NBA Finals for the first time in franchise history. Kidd was brilliant in the playoffs, leading a young group that included Kenyon Martin and rookie Richard Jefferson. They beat the Pacers, Hornets, and Celtics before getting swept by the Lakers in the finals. He wasn't done. The very next year, he led the Nets to another finals run, this time losing to Tim Duncan's Spurs. He had his highest scoring season at 18.7 points per game, and again led the league in assists. Despite rumors that he'd join the Spurs, Kidd chose to stay in New Jersey, signing a massive 6-year, $99 million deal. Even after undergoing knee surgery in 2004, he returned strong and helped bring Vince Carter to New Jersey. Together, they pushed the Nets to the playoffs again. He continued putting up solid numbers and led the team to another division title in 2006, proving he was still one of the best floor generals in the game. During the 2006-07 season, Kidd was named an All-Star reserve alongside teammate Vince Carter. Unfortunately, a back injury kept him from playing, and Joe Johnson took his spot. But just a few months later, Kidd and Carter made history, becoming the first teammates since Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in 1989 to record triple-doubles in the same game. Kidd was on fire in the playoffs that year, averaging a triple-double in the first round against Toronto and doing it again across the entire postseason, becoming just the second player ever to do that after Magic Johnson. The 2007-08 season started strong for Kidd. He racked up 3 straight triple-doubles and was voted by fans to start the All-Star game with Dwyane Wade. But behind the scenes, Kidd was ready for a change. Rumors swirled about trade talks, especially with the Lakers, but nothing happened. Then in February 2008, the Mavericks, his first NBA team, brought him back in a complex multiplayer deal. Dallas wanted Kidd's leadership and veteran presence to help Dirk Nowitzki chase that elusive championship. Though Kidd brought experience, the Mavs were knocked out in the first round by Chris Paul's Hornets. The next season started rough, but Dallas turned things around and made it to the second round before losing to Denver. Kidd had a strong year, especially on defense, ranking 3rd in the league in steals. In 2009, despite heavy interest from the Knicks, Kidd chose to stay in Dallas, signing a 3-year deal worth over $25 million. That season, the Mavs finished second in the West, but once again, their playoff run ended early, losing to the Spurs. Kidd reportedly battled the flu during the series, and his energy just wasn't there. Then came 2010-11, the season Kidd had been waiting for. Even with injuries to key players like Karen Butler and a mid-season setback for Dirk, the Mavericks were locked in. Kidd hit clutch shots, played elite defense, and helped guide the team through tough playoff series. They beat Portland, then swept the Lakers, knocked off the Thunder, and finally took down the Miami Heat's Big Three in 6 games. Kidd, at 38, became the oldest starting point guard to win a title. He averaged 9.3 points, 7.3 assists, and nearly 2 steals during the title run. The next season, shortened by a lockout, was Kidd's last in Dallas. He took on a smaller role and won the NBA Sportsmanship Award, but the defending champs were swept by the Thunder in the first round. That summer, Kidd shocked fans by backing out of a verbal deal with Dallas and signing with the New York Knicks. In New York, Kidd started the season strong, playing heavy minutes and helping the Knicks get off to an 18-5 start. But the workload took a toll. He ran out of gas late in the season and struggled in the playoffs, going scoreless in his final 10 games. On June 3, 2013, Jason Kidd officially retired, closing the book on an incredible 19-year NBA career. And that wraps up today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on what's coming next. See you soon. Bye.